Welcome to The Rooted Warriors, the podcast where the bonds of sisterhood are not just celebrated, but explored through laughter, tears, and everything in between. Join me and my two dearest friends as we dive deep into the roots of our own friendships, sharing stories and challenges. Whether you're looking for inspiration, advice, or just a good story, we're here to bring a piece of our sisterhood right into your life.
Every hustle begins with a spark, that first moment when passion takes root.
Antiques aren't just furniture or trinkets. They're storytellers. Every scratch, every patina is a love letter from the past.
The numbers tell us that vintage shops are more than retail. They're anchors in the community. They keep dollars local. They give people a place to gather around and share memories.
Today's episode is called Vintage Hustle because behind every treasure, there's a story. Behind every story, there's a hustle. Janet, the soul behind Magpie Antiques, is here to share how forgotten pieces are brought back to life.
When we look at the numbers, the vintage and resale market has been growing faster and faster than traditional retail. People want connection, sustainability, and stories, not just stuff. That's exactly what Janet brings through Magpie Antiques.
Isn't it wild how the world chases new while heaven seems to celebrate the well-worn, the chipped, the cherished, the stories that took time? Kind of like us. Antiques are more than things. They're witnesses. They've seen generations come and go, held hands that no longer are here, and somehow still stand. Today, we're opening up the curio cabinet of our lives, dusting off the memories, naming the value, and refusing to let this culture tell us that older means lesser.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Hey.
Good afternoon, sister.
So today we have a very special guest, and all of our guests are very special.
We do say that every time.
We do. But we have Janet here with us today, and she owns Magpie Antiques in Ripon. And we are so honored for you to be our guest today.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Very welcome.
So excited to have you here.
Yes.
So, Janet, we invited you because I've known you for a long time. I've shopped in your store for years. My husband, it's his favorite thing is going antiquing. Mm-hmm. So we've got to know you. All my kids, and now that they're all adults, they all love to go shop at your store. So we wanted to learn a little bit more about you and about Magpie Antiques. So what first inspired you to start Magpie Antiques?
I was in a store in Manteca called Antique Avenue, and I would sell out immediately. I started off with a little bookcase, and then before I knew it, within a month, I had the biggest space in the store.
Wow.
So, yeah. So everyone said, why don't you open your own store? And I don't know if you remember, but my daughter-in-law did the flowers. Now
Yes.
she's the ag teacher, Ripon Christian. So she goes, oh, you have to do it. You have to do it. So we did. We had refrigeration. We had flowers. And so that's really basically what started it was my daughter-in-law, and everyone else wanted me to have my own store.
What year was that, Janet?
That was 12 years ago.
Wow. Time flies.
So I opened up in 2013. I was only going to do it for 5. I told my husband.
We always tell them a
And here
different
we
story.
I know, but I'm going to be starting.
Mine usually involves budget, but
Dollar signs.
usually I'm like, I'll be within this budget, I promise.
Yeah.
Nose grows.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the name Magpie?
Everyone laughs when I tell them. I live on a dairy, so we have, the cows are all black and white, and we had a ton of magpies. And if you look up the definition of a magpie, it's collector of shiny objects and uncontrollable chatter. Just kind of fit the bill.
No.
That is
More ways
the
than one.
best
That's great.
backstory
Absolutely.
That is
ever.
so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. No,
So great.
Yeah, everybody laughs at that one. I go, yeah. So
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
I love it.
that.
Just rock it.
Uncontrollable
She just embraces
chatter.
it.
That is
Oh my
so great.
gosh. So you sell flowers too?
well, we did at the store, but then she started doing weddings. And so she was in the magazines, 4 different magazines with succulents.
Wow.
And so, yeah, Megan. And you probably remember that just recently, Ripon Christian Floriculture Group just won national champions. They're a little
Wow.
school. And so they just had the state once again. and they won again.
Good
The
for
freshmen.
them.
Wow.
You can't
for
have the
them.
same team. So this was a freshman team. So they're going to go again. And Megan's like, oh, gosh, now they have nothing to look forward to.
Nothing to work towards.
And they've accomplished it. So
Yes.
was there a piece or story that made you realize that this was your calling?
Well, it's funny. Being on the dairy, we didn't have anything fancy at all.
Right.
Cement floors, that melamine dishes that don't break when you hit them on the floor. But my grandmother, my mom's mom, had the house full of antiques. And I didn't realize what they were, until I got a little bit older. And I started collecting sewing objects, a vintage sewing object, because I'm a quilter. And that's what started me collecting.
Another quilter. Look at Gina's face.
They have a way of finding each other.
Absolutely.
My little magnets.
Yeah, I know. So, that kind of started. And then I started buying things. And then how I got in the store in Manteca. She goes, you have great taste in what you buy. So, and that's what started me was the sewing object.
Are you saying you're just a natural?
Yes, that's exactly what she's
just a
saying.
natural at it. So
I don't know about that, but yeah. So, but yeah.
So growing up, did your family collect or value old things?
Tractors, pitchforks.
So they did. She said pitchforks. What kind of family do you have? Holy cow.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well,
I was like, what's going on here?
Well, my parents never did at the house,
Right.
and when my mom had two sisters and they asked my grandmother for everything. My mom didn't. She never was that way.
Yeah.
So we didn't have it. But I do now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So no.
What lessons would you say from your upbringing shaped the way that you see beauty in the forgotten things?
I think it's the expressions on my customers' faces when they come in and they go, oh, this just reminds me of my grandmother. And then they'll go and they'll talk about some other things. And then they'll say, oh, I said, well, I happen to have that over here if you want. And so, yeah, that's basically it. It's just, I don't really need to work. I just love the antiques and I love the Victorian period. And it's the customers, the joy I see in their faces.
This is like your version of retirement then, because you're really doing what you love,
I
kind of.
retired 3 times.
So yes, right?
And I don't take a paycheck from the store. Never have.
What?
So my husband says, you talk about budget. My husband says, seriously, Janet, why?
Why are we doing this?
This is an expensive hobby.
Hobby. I was
it's a
going to
very
say that's what it
expensive
becomes.
hobby.
It's a hobby, like my coffee shop
Yes.
was
It's
a
very-
hobby.
Very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
What is one of the most unforgettable stories connected to an item that you've had at Magpie?
Ooh, that's a good one. I can't wait.
I bought this flour sifter before I opened the store from a lady who's no longer here, and my landlord saw it and bought it, and I went, "You can't have it till after I open my house, open the store the first time." Well, then I go into a shop next door, and it's sitting, cockeyed in a grocery cart. So I bought it back. I go, you don't get to keep it. So
It's not yours anymore.
No. So then a couple from Orange County and came down. They go, we're picking for this guy. And he would love that flour sifter because it's got this big metal arm and the flour sifts. It's from New York and it still smells like flour.
It's like a big
And it's
commercial one.
1903. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So-
That's a cool one.
So I sold it to them. 3 years later, they brought it back. The guy said it was too big for his space. I'm going,
You can't get rid of this
I'm
thing.
buy it 3 times. So
Now your husband's really freaking out.
I bought it back, and then I told my husband, put it up on that shelf because it's never coming down again. And it's there in the store. And
No way.
Yeah. So that's kind of the funniest. People go, you still have that? I go,
It shows you. It shows you.
It did. So, but yeah. So
you mentioned this already, but do you see people light up with memory when they find something? Is there a specific story that you have that is
it's every day. It's every day. And some come in, they love jadeite because it reminds them of their grandparents. And some other ones want, someone just called me today just a while ago, and they're going to buy all my jeweled tea dishes, which came in soap boxes that are, you're probably, well, you guys are younger than me. Your grandparents probably got when they bought soap and stuff. And so those dishes are still around, and it's interesting to see how they made it through. And I have some Victorian things that I just can't believe that they actually have made it through and the Victorian period is like 1880 to 1910, 1920, and they're still here. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Victorian period is my favorite as well.
Mine too.
So my home is all Victorian. That's what I like. Yeah. Has there ever been a piece that has come across your store in the last 12 years that you did not want to let go of, and maybe you didn't let go of?
Yes.
Okay.
The person that she used to have Christmas in the Barn in series, and I used to go and shop and get things. Well, she was going to close her store out because she wasn't feeling well, and so she said, "I said, okay, what can I buy? I can buy your counter. I can buy this other piece of furniture for teacups." And anyway, she came to my store after I opened. After she left, she was at UCSF. And they gave her 3 weeks to live.
Oh.
So that one piece of furniture, I will never give it up. Everyone wants to buy it. It's behind my counter. It's a little small.
I know which one it is.
Exactly. Everybody wants to buy it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo's like, I wanted to buy it.
No, I have asked numerous times.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
has Lynn Summers.
Yeah. Lynn, I'm going to get it before you. I'm going to tell you what right now.
She's like, note.
Yes.
You heard it here on Rooted Warriors.
Yeah. So.
Has there been a piece that has connected you to your own family history or your life story?
Well, it's not in the store, but my grandmother, I mentioned earlier, my mom's mom, she had all those Czechoslovakian wine glasses.
Oh, I love those.
I have 90.
Oh, my goodness.
I have 3 children. They each get 30.
That's awesome.
But she gave each of us grandkids one. And when first year I was married, I lived in the Bay Area. Then we came back to the dairy, and my stem broke. So that just really upset me. So my mom gave me her and my dad's because, I liked, antiques. So now I have 90.
Wow.
Why?
That is
My kids are going to go crazy.
When they go through all your stuff.
Oh, no, I'm going to give it to them beforehand.
That's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
That's so smart. See their faces because that's you said it's your favorite part. So why wouldn't
I do that
right?
with jewelry now, and but my daughter's not one that's I don't call it foo-foo. She says, "No more jewelry, Mom. I don't even wear what you've given me."
Wow.
I says, okay. So
No problem.
Grandkids will get it.
Next up.
We talked a lot about this in one of our previous episodes about romanticizing your life and dating yourself and that type of thing. But I feel like antiques and that type of thing and giving them your children those types of things early is you get to watch them. I don't know. You're romanticizing your own life by being able to watch them do it.
Exactly.
I think it's really neat.
Yes.
I agree.
Do you think your personality reflects the kind of treasures you're drawn to at all? Or do you think that it's like one of those they find you type things?
I think I find anything I like. I think that was my watch.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I thought it was hearing things.
It's the fairy that followed her in.
The tribe isn't going to judge you.
See, look at That's what happens when you get to 72 years old. You lose your train of thought.
I just crossed 50 and I already have that problem. So all I asked was if your personality dictates what pieces you choose or if the pieces choose you.
I would think I choose the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I don't need anything else anymore at all. I don't. But I like to bring things that I have, like in my sewing room, pincushion dolls, things. I have like 100 of them. I literally do. And I'm starting to bring them in for Christmas and things. And I go, why do I have so many? I don't need to have so many. So if I go someplace else, I go, you know what? I like this piece of furniture. Our motto is something goes in.
Something goes out.
Something goes out. And I did that. I did that. 2 pieces of furniture in the last month. So I can enjoy it for a little while. Then
We kind of did that with our boys. Did you guys do that with toys? Before we bring all this in,
I don't know. Our kids had
Get
a
rid of
ridiculous amount of toys.
it still happens at this
My
age. though, it sounds
granddaughter
like.
has a ridiculous amount. I just bought her a little playhouse for in the middle of my living room.
Decor.
Yeah.
Victorian.
Yeah, it is Victorian. So of
Very
course it's
expensive
remote.
decor.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
Do you feel like Magpie has become like maybe a gathering place for the town?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had several meetings with antique clubs, and they'll come in on their evenings, and we'll do a little thing like either, teacups. I had Megan do succulents and teacups, and a group comes. And then the other day, I had 6 ladies from Oregon that came down, and they do this once a year trip, and they always stop at Magpie. It's their favorite shop.
Oh.
So that's
Oh,
what
I
it
love
is.
that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
You could almost have a wedding at an antique store just because it's so beautiful with this flowers and all that. I don't know. It could be really pretty.
Well, I do
Especially,
have a barn at my house. I can
see?
just move things over there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then there you go. You got a venue.
Yeah.
So you've been very community involved, Janet, right? Can you tell us some of the things that you have done throughout our community to help our community?
The last few years, I haven't been as active, but when I first got here, I was so excited about joining the chamber, which I did. I had the chamber coffees in the shop, and then Lucille Harris, she's passed now, and she was really special to me, and so she would bring people to the shop. And so then I'd have to go, okay, what can I do next? But other than that, my first year I was Business of the Year, and that was I was just.
Sometimes that doesn't surprise us.
It did me.
I'm sure, but it doesn't surprise us. You look like quite the
Can't say
go-getter.
why, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
And but anyway,
Like
and I did that, and I did Taste of Rippin' every year, and then I did the Brews and Bites. I don't do that one anymore. It's just a younger crowd, and they're not in there for antiques. Where Taste of Rippin', the husbands are drinking, the wives are picking things out, and I make a great night, as far as the store goes,
How fun.
But, yeah, it is.
Do we get invites to the next one?
Of course, of course. But so I've done that. I've had different events there at the store, and I always do the shop small. I'm very adamant about that. I don't Amazon shop, and that's just the way I've always been, And my parents were always that way. My mother went to the grocery store. She never wrote a check. She paid cash. I mean, everything was that way. That's how I was raised that way. So.
I hope that's coming back.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
can you imagine it? It seems so far from where we're at, but I love the day that I don't have to Instacart or have to get something off of Amazon, and I can just go to the
My
store
people
once a
are
week.
my people. They're like boycotting Amazon. They're like, buy from the company. Do not buy from Amazon.
Who's saying that?
Just
I
like
know. Who's your people?
Well, like all my little holistic.
we were your people.
You are. But all my other little people that are like kind
we're
of.
not.
No,
We're not.
I said holistic. My little anti medicine.
We're not
people.
holistic enough for the holistic club.
Are you going to give up Amazon?
My kids do Amazon, so
Right.
and they go, Mom, I can get it for you. I said, if I can't find it anywhere, then I'll let you know.
Right. Otherwise, it's like, why give the big conglomerate giant company more business?
I think it's just because I'm a business owner in a small town, and I always like to promote,
Yes.
Yeah.
so the way it
That
should
makes
be.
sense.
Yeah.
How do you like it when people come in and you get to see like multiple generations come in together?
Oh yeah, the grandmother's in the wheelchair, and the daughter, and then the granddaughter, and then the baby.
And the baby too.
Yes.
It's so nice.
That's so
Saying I haven't seen yours in my store yet.
I know. You haven't seen my
that's a
grandbaby yet.
challenge.
Not my grandbaby, because she's a nut job. She'll knock everything off the shelves.
Hands.
Those soap dishes will be long gone.
No. She'll be fine.
She'd love it.
Who's been your biggest supporter of Magpie as far as like supporting you in your journey and your
My
dream?
husband.
Yeah.
51 years we've been married.
Oh my
Oh,
He
goodness.
doesn't say no to me very often.
Oh,
Wow.
He should, but he doesn't.
But that is the magic of the
51
marriage and why
years.
you get
I
along.
know.
How many children do you guys have?
We have 3 children. My daughter's 49, my son's 48, and the youngest one will be 47 in November.
Wow.
That
So
was
your
a
kids are all about our
busy
age.
first couple years of
I
marriage.
was a good Catholic girl.
It's not that good. You should have another 12.
Husband rewarded.
No, I tell her when I tie my rosary beads around my kneecaps.
That's a good idea. That's a darn good
Try to say
idea.
Oh my goodness.
So I was just getting ready to ask you how your life experiences outside of business influence the way you run your shop.
But now we know.
But yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But is it any life experiences outside of business influence you? Maybe.
Well, I'm well, you don't know this, but I am Portuguese, and so that comes with a huge family of cousins. I have 34 first cousins that I saw every Sunday.
Oh my
At
goodness.
the dairy, and when my grandmother was still alive there. And then, so now they'll come to my house because they go,
Who's cooking?
You got a big house. We did 4th of July at the house, and
That's
they all
awesome,
came,
right?
and the grandkids. So I had to hire a life guard for the pool because I didn't want to take any chances. 'Cause-
Smart.
Yeah, because people start talking. So, but so I would say family has influenced me on my whole life, and just the way my, the dairy business and 4-H, and I was FFA. In charge of FFA with a lot of stuff there, and county, regional. So I know so many people, and and now being 72, my memory isn't as good as memories I used to have. So I always pray that they're paying with their credit card so I can see their name.
So you'd be like,
amen.
nice to
that
see you,
trick.
Mr. Henderson.
Yeah, I was like, and then I just say, "Oh, it's so good to see you, sweetie." I called the lady that today. I go, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you, sweetie." She goes, "This is my first time here." I go, "And look at me calling you sweetie."
Are we best
We're
friends?
best friends.
So I'm going to ask you a very important question.
Sure.
How do you make your Portuguese beans?
Oh,
Ooh,
I
good
want to know how
question.
you make them exactly.
Linguiça, onions.
What kind of linguiça do you use?
Oh,
There's only one kind for a
Silva.
Portuguese, Silva.
Silva.
If you're not using Silva linguiça, you're not a Portuguese.
That's right.
Okay?
She said it.
And rice pudding.
And rice pudding with a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
Yep. No raisins, though. No raisins.
no raisins.
No raisins.
No raisins.
No.
No.
I
Now,
thought
what?
that question was going to be about quilting.
I did too.
Well, that's your question. Now, mine was about beans. All I cared about was the beans.
Quilting, that's no problem.
Ask her a quilting question.
I don't have a quilting question, but I love, I got into sewing last year through Auntie Nikki, who we had on the show. And she's just a master of all things crafty.
You guys would really be besties.
Yes.
I'm in the
over
middle
this.
of making a quilt right now, though. But it's
good
not.
for you.
It's not like my thing. I do like making them. I tossed a whole bunch to my grandkids. But I'm going to Delta College right now and taking sewing classes. So
Nice.
yes, I love sewing.
It was your introductory into sewing, though, wasn't it? Quilting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've made like 7. Right now I'm making one for me,
Oh, good for you.
which I haven't done yet. So I'm very happy with it. Yeah.
I love that.
I was just at Sisters in July. There's a big quilt store. Stitching time. Anyway,
Oh, trust me, she'll look it up afterward.
Oh, yes.
going to pieces. That's what it's called, I think. Anyway, I had to buy fabric. I have not quilted since I opened this store. And then I started a quilt for my granddaughter because she went to Montana State. So I bought the Bobcat fabric. I have the squares made, but I got to put it together. But I have made probably 400 quilts. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
you. And I
my
donate.
gosh.
I've donated so many to all the Portuguese, things, and St. Anthony's Church and all over. And
What a serving heart you have.
oh,
That is
you're
really kind.
Wow.
A lot of people don't get that kind of love.
Life is short. I always tell everybody, and you only go through it one time. So you got to make it right the first time you go through. And I feel like I'm so blessed with the properties that I have that my parents have bestowed upon us kids that you have to give back. You know, that's why I say I really don't need to be working, but it's okay.
And you're not
I
even
have
giving
to
back
work.
money. You're giving back love,
yeah.
though.
I
And
just,
that's
I
big.
just have to keep busy. But quilting is wonderful, and it's an heirloom. When you finish your quilts, you give them to. My daughter says, "I want no more." How sad is that? Because her kids all have so many. So now I'm going to just give them away. So
I think that they're magical. I
They
really do.
are.
And I don't think people realize that
The work that goes into it.
fabric is expensive.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of fabric and a lot of thread and a lot of ripping seams
And
out and a
style.
lot of crying and a lot of like putting this thing together. You know, that's a piece of you. And, you know, it's expensive with time. It's, you know, it's love and care. You can't just like whip one together and it be thoughtless. I don't know.
well, I like fast gratification.
She said, "This is
Okay, now you're speaking our
this is
language, Janet.
a block one, all blocks."
Yeah. But I like to do. I don't like applique, so I don't do applique because it's too slow. But I like to do it, and then I used to rent a machine in Turlock, but now I just have someone quilt
Long arm.
long arm. Yeah.
I
I was
love
always going
that.
to buy one, but I ended up with a quilt store, an antique store instead.
So, Janet, what keeps you passionate about the hunt and the hustle of vintage antiques?
It's the customers. What they tell me what they're looking for, and if I find it, I take a picture of it and I send it to them. Is this what you're looking for? How much is it? I said, this is how much it is. Well, how much I owe you? Nothing. That's what it is. That's what you're going to get. It's because I found it, and that's things like that just keeps me hustling.
So you
because-
don't really even charge them a finder's fee or anything like that. You just do the research and all that.
Well, if I
It
find
really is
in shopping, then I'll pick it up.
I guess you're really doing all of this for free. If you think about it, so you're just
You
Don't
are
hear
really
this, honey.
working for free. Now, you just came back from a big trip
Yes,
of
5.5
gathering a bunch of
weeks.
stuff. So tell us about that.
yeah.
I spent the first 6 days in Oregon, and you need to go to Aurora. It is the best little town. It's before you get to Portland, off
Okay.
to the side. And it's all antique stores. And it's a small little town. And then we went to Washington, where I saw the girl that was at my wedding. Spent 5 days there. And then we went up Linden, Washington. You have to tell all your Dutch friends. It is a Dutch town.
Okay.
It even has a building that says Dyke Building.
Be careful when you walk in there, Janet.
Oh, it's a baker. I know I should say it's a baker. Gotcha.
It's her last name, tribe. Her last name is Dyke.
I know. And then we went through Canada, and then came back through Montana, where Daryl's from, my husband. And,
Oh, I want to go to Montana. It's on my list that I'm going to do this year.
Yes.
Before the end of the year, I want to go to Montana.
Yeah, if you're going to go hunting for antiques, go to Missoula. Missoula is really good, and so is Bozeman.
Okay.
Those are the two best towns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bozeman's where I wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
So what challenges have you overcome in running your Magpie Antique store?
Well, I have to say, I lost 2 of my vendors, and I had a really hard time with that. And I just couldn't be myself. I would kind of smile, but then wasn't there. So it took me about 6 months to start, or I could hear myself laugh out loud. It was really hard. So that was the biggest challenge. Because we always say, once a magpie, always a magpie. We're just a big family. And to lose 2 was really hard in a short period of time. So that was the
Wow.
hardest.
It really is about the people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How has the hustle shaped you as a person? So the hustle of life, the hustle of the antique store, how has it shaped you?
I would say so appreciative of everything I have, all the family, all the friends. I went to St. Anthony's School, and we were joking about that today. We had 50 kids in the classroom. It's unheard of,
Jeez.
Yeah. And but then I still see half of them, basically.
Wow.
But then I've lost quite a few of my high school friends in Ripon, but yet I still have those. So it's all, so it shaped me to just really appreciate friendships, in new ones and old ones. And, it's just, And I get so excited when I see someone I haven't seen. Well, a girl came in today. She's selling Baskin Robbins in Antigua. Candace. You know
I know
Candace?
she is. Yeah.
Yeah. She came in. Well, I guess they called her Candy, but we always called her Candace. I go, Candace. And, that's it. I mean, all these years. And because I didn't go to high school in Manteca, my parents sent us to Ripon because where our dairy was, we could go either Manteca or Ripon. But less boys, less drugs in Ripon, so that's where they
I think the key word was less boys, especially for a good Catholic girl.
Yeah. So that's what they sent us here to Ripon. So, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, Janet, thank you so much for joining us today to tell us a little bit about Magpie and a little bit about yourself. We look forward to hearing more from you very soon. So thanks again.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
That
you,
was
Janet.
fun.
You were amazing.
Yes.
Well, thank you. And don't forget, October 31st and November 1st and 2nd is our Christmas open
We're
house.
so there.
Yes.
Every hustle teaches us. It teaches us about patience, purpose, and perseverance.
Janet shows us that the past doesn't always collect dust. It shines when we're willing to see it differently.
And it's not just nostalgia. The data shows us that vintage is one of the most sustainable and soulful ways that we can shop.
Big thanks to Janet for sharing her vintage hustle with us today. She reminded us that it's not about the antiques, it's about the stories, the passion, keeping history alive. As Margaret Atwood said, in the end, all of us will become stories. Until next time, this is Mighty Mo. Feel blessed, be blessed.